98.
Well, early days here, but Matty Denon's playing very nicely. Better than Gary Anderson. Will it last though? First 180 of the day. Comes from the Scotsman. Not enough to leave a finish. Denon should just stay there. Oh, he's not. He goes back there.
139.
So if he just stayed on the treble 20 with the second dart and got it, then he's got a choice of double. He's coming back for double 14. There's nothing wrong with that.
60.
But it could be a problem if he misses inside. Then he's got double 7. Oh, straight in 13 darter. No problem with that. Going to go to the... Oh. I think he was going to the bullseye.
44.
Not even sure where that dart was aimed. $140. Is it double-double? Giving himself a moment. He didn't have the plan secure in his head. Oh, it's lovely.
78.
But it's another dart missed at double by Matty Denon. Double 4.
Game
really
shot.
Good from Anderson. He has turned this around. Had to survive 3 darts to go 3-1 down. In a blink of an eye, he's 3-2 up and throwing for...
$97.
High 90 stuff here from Matty Denon, which at the minute is good enough against Gary Anderson, who's a little bit off the brilliant standard we've seen from him
138.
over the course of this year. Not playing badly. Not playing as well as Matty Denon. Look at that. 7-point difference in the averages.
100.
Another in the 16s. Leaves double top.
Game shot.
Very good. Matty Denon. This is superb. He might not win this game, Denon, but he's played brilliantly. And he's played brilliantly all the way through. It's only really that fourth leg where he missed 3 clear darts to break Anderson where you can say he's made an obvious mistake. Been pretty neat and tidy stuff, and there's been some excellence there, and this isn't bad either. Leaves himself 38. Can Gary Anderson conjure up something majestic? Not on this occasion.
57.
Again, the bullseye could have been an option there, but Anderson electing not to go for it. Double 16. Double 8. Oh,
30.
Matty Denon, it would have put him 1 away. Anderson can only get 1 dart at double from here. Double top.
64.
Looks good.
Game shot.
That is good. 5-4 Denon. Gary Anderson must win back-to-back legs or he goes out in round 1 here today.
$100.
Leaves that 1-4-2 again. Gonna leave a finish.
40.
Not even going to get close.
$82.
Leaves 60. All is not lost for Matty Denon here. Can be awkward.
100.
And he's given himself a little shot if he's allowed back. Looks quite good, that. 10. He's found. 15 darter from Gary Anderson. We're going all the way.
$140.
Matty Denon has been in and around PDC darts for a long while. He had a tour card, lost it, took him 6 years to get it back. He's played Challenge Tour and all sorts. He hadn't played Gary Anderson until this year, and he's never beaten him.
43.
That's a little slip, but he should still get a couple. Well, he will get a couple of visits from here. He might get 3.
96.
This is a big moment for any dart player to beat Gary Anderson.
98.
And he's going to get match darts. Tops left after 12 in a last leg decider against one of the legends of the sport.
140.
He has played beautifully, Matty Denon. And he has missed 3 match darts and could lose the game. Some of the worst darts he's thrown in the match. Anderson to steal it away. Got the treble, double top, Gary Anderson.
80.
Doesn't get himself out of jail. They've both had match darts. Double 5. Oh, Matty Denon.
7.
It is a nightmare. He has missed 5 darts to beat Gary Anderson. And surely the Flying Scotsman punishes him. Double 10. Still double 10.
Game shot and the
Matthew
match.
Denon shakes his head. He cannot believe he has thrown away a golden opportunity to do something he's never done before and beat the icon that is Gary Anderson. He has missed 5 match darts to beat the Flying Scotsman and gone out in a last leg decider. He scrapes through Anderson by the skin of his teeth. He's through to round 2. Richie Benet. Loyal to you,
60.
the Viceroy of the Valleys, the Mad Prince of Wales. He's nowhere near. He's 14 grand outside of Minehead and he's 18 grand outside of the Worlds. It's not been a good year for Richie. If this first leg is anything to go by, it might not be a good day for him.
140.
For an 11 darter. 12 will do. No need to go 14 and bull with Benet knocked down to a finish, but Veenstra leaves himself on a double.
$65.
May not even need that one, to be honest. The first one looks a good marker.
Game shot.
14 darter, break a throw, 1-0 to Richard Veenstra. Beg your pardon, hold a throw. Richard Benet managing to leave 163, having already left 168 in this game.
100.
It means that Richard Veenstra is guaranteed a look at a ton-plus combo finish, just as he was in the previous leg.
$125.
Much better setup shot from Richie from the 163. Treble 18, you would think.
42.
Drags that. Leaves himself 74. Richie Benet's going to split this. Is that what he wanted to do? Well, it's worked out very nicely. Benet gets his first leg on the board, and it's one against the darts as well. Well, I don't really know why he's persevering on the treble 20 there. It looked like it was getting harder and harder to see it, let alone hit it. Come away with a trebleless visit, and it leaves him vulnerable to something like that. It is the first 180 of this game. Been produced by the Dutchman. Leaves himself on a Shanghai finish for a 4-3 lead.
140.
Treble, single, double. Just the double left.
100.
Nearly clearing 300 points in 2 visits to the board. Richie Benet, it's a tiny chance. Chance is gone.
41.
Didn't go to the bullseye there. Don't know why. Probably too busy being annoyed.
Game shot.
But the leg is gone. 16 darter, good enough.
$85. 100.
Looking good for the 5-4 lead here, Veenstra. He'll be happy with 1 treble. That's what he's got.
96.
Tops left after 12. Benet chasing and hoping.
$100.
Double top. Excellent leg of darts there from Richard Veenstra. 14 darter, holds his throw. 5-4 he leads.
$140.
Big visit from Richard Veenstra, a second maximum. Both of the maxes in this game have come from Veenstra. He chucked a 177 at the start of the match as well, and it's given him an opportunity.
80.
Benet takes the knee. And Veenstra take the game.
54.
That's not brilliant. Treble 17 and bull. To keep the game alive.
90.
Could be a dart at bullseye for the match here. Nowhere near the treble. But that is double 9.
65.
Richard Veenstra misses a match dart. We saw Denon miss 5 against Gary Anderson and lose the game. Double 14, so he does want to leave it. And he hits it again. We're going the distance for the second game on this board. Legs go one way, the arms go another, but the dart is going pretty straight for Richie Benet.
137.
And he's set this up and take out in 2 visits for the best leg of the match and to win the match. He needs a treble. He's not
60.
got one. Veenstra's got 2 visits from here. Just when it looked like Benet was forcing an opportunity.
$64.
Brings the bullseye in. Means he should get at least 1 dart at the outer ring. What a dart that is from Richie Benet. Do not hit a maximum, Richie.
128.
Well, the big 16 would have helped. It'll cost him a match dart if he's allowed back to the board. Double 11 for Richard Veenstra. He did not trail at any point in that game. Richie Benet fought and fought and fought, and he made Veenstra throw that 14 darter to win it.
Emotions shared on social media and through chat groups, I'm sure.
180.
Throughout the morning, hoping that Steve's going to do a lot of that. And what they're also hoping he's going to do is what he did in Players' Championship 32 years ago.
134.
When he lost to James Wade in the final.
It is in. Single 17 for double 16 for 2-0. That is a 12 dart leg for Steve Beaton, which is pretty much half the number of darts it took. Double 18. Double top.
94.
Just short.
But still the chance to equalise, and I am positive
100.
that he was on the move on that double top shot. He's more likely to hit this in darts 1 or 2. Dart 3 is irrelevant.
18.
And he's left himself in the madhouse.
Tried to bust it, but did it lazily. Poor darts from Durk van Dijvenbode, and he is punished. Steve Beaton pins tops. Durk missing 3 darts for the leg. Excellent leg of darts this from Steve Beaton. 91 left after 9. Durk cannot leave a finish in 3-4-2.
93.
Even if Durk had left a finish, I think he was still going to go for the treble 17.
51.
And it's the single 17 that sets everything up for the next visit.
Winner of this to face Ian White on Martijn Dracht. That will be the final first round game we've got for you on this board. 10.
20.
Missed opportunity. He was in complete control of this leg, Beaton. Treble 20 is not found.
75.
Can't miss again. And
no
somehow
score.
finds the gap. He was hopeful that dart 3 was successful, Unfortunately, it wasn't.
Double 10 is
Game
found
shot.
by Durk. We have a level game here. It's been a game of missed opportunities from both players.
There's some seriously important games going on right now. Maybe none other than Ricardo Pietreczko and Simon Whitlock.
57.
Cullen, 3-3 with Daniel Closer on the other board with Mark Wilson.
95.
No matter where you look over the next couple of days, there are important games happening, and this is one of them. Durk, 164 for the 4-3 lead.
128.
To the 17s. Double 8s.
119.
For a 4-visit leg and a breaker throw that would have put him back in charge of the contest. Dirk van Duijvenbode for his best leg of the match. Over to the 9s.
No score.
Another dart thrown away. Punished again.
No
Not
score.
again. He's found the gap between the guide and the wire for the second consecutive leg.
I've no idea what the score should be in this game. Dirk van Duijvenbode appears to be having a running argument with some gaffer tape. But works his way in very well there to that double 18, and he leads this match for the first time, Dirk van Duijvenbode. It has not been pretty, but the confidence isn't there. He is not throwing consistently as well as he was. If he were, it wouldn't matter if there were air horns going off, if he was wrapped in gaffer tape. If somebody was throwing gaffer tape at his head, he'd hit 110 average at points last year.
53.
Can he extend the lead? Another double 18.
Game
And
shot.
another collision that works in his favour for 5-3. Has Durk weathered the storm? That's an invitation for Steve to get back into the game, potentially.
Don't hit a ton, Steve. Don't hit a ton. There we go.
134.
You've only been saying that for the last 12 years.
Yeah, and he usually doesn't listen, but he did do the right thing. Even a single would have left him a finish. He has got to finish, and Durk hasn't here. Right. Set-up shot is perfect for Dirk van Duijvenbode. And it's match darts for Durk.
88.
Steve Beaton. Is this the last time we see him on camera
Game
in the
shot and
PDC?
the
Because
match.
Dirk van Duijvenbode has shown no mercy towards the end of that game. Beaton is beaten, and Durk progresses to round 2.
Mark Wilson and I were talking this morning about how
90.
you can be a really good tour pro by accumulating ranking money. You don't have to do anything spectacular by making finals or winning tournaments. But if you can be someone who is constantly in your board final or making the last 16, you can do an awful lot of damage. That's what Ian White needs to do at the minute.
Yeah, and he's been better at it this year than previous years. Hang about. Martin Dracht, it was a very half-hearted attempt at 2 tops there, but he does leave himself on double top. Come back to that point in a minute that you make. So Ian White eyes up the 1-3-2. Can he get another in there? Looked tricky, not impossible.
92.
Couldn't get it done though. Who can hit tops? Martin
Game
can
shot.
for a 13 darter. Excellent leg of darts, and it's 2-1.
There's some testosterone in that game. Again, Ian looking for the ideal approach. It's not going to be ideal. But that will do,
98.
potentially. Maybe it wasn't ideal. And Dracht had the perfect first start there.
It's a strange situation where you're disappointed
134.
you've not taken out a 170, but that's the perfect dart for him, and he didn't follow. That's not a great dart for Ian White. Leaves double 8.
22.
I feel like we've spoken about Ian White a lot in this game. Dract hasn't got any pressure on him in this match.
27.
He hasn't found the mark to take the lead, and Ian really should get himself that break of throw that he craves right now.
Game shot.
16 darter, first breaker throw of the match. 3-2 Ian White. He leads for the first time.
Just a small matter of
98.
111 average on board 9 for Connor Scott. Currently leading Rhys Griffin by 5 legs to 1. He's got a rather big week coming up, hasn't he? Not just Pro Tour events over the next couple of days, but Challenge Tour this weekend. 4 of them on Saturday and Sunday. And another 57 for White would have left him the ball for a 5-2 lead.
Not sure I'm fully on board with Martijn Dract's previous shot, though. His last start, he went for the 18s from 146. Now, staying on the 20s or the 19s leaves a much 126 or 127, much nicer shot than the 128.
Couldn't agree more.
He's still got treble 20 and ball as an option here. And he's still got it.
103.
And he nearly takes it out.
Darts is about replication. Just do it again, Ian. Okay, do it a different way then.
Game shot.
Brilliant. 5-2 lead for White.
And Mervyn King has just been beaten by Radek Zagansky, and that leaves him in a perilous position. Outside the Worlds, outside the Players' Championship finals. 1 day of Pro Tour action left for Mervyn. And he is struggling to keep hold of his tour card.
And bad news for Joe
83.
Cullen is that Nathan Aspinall has beaten Aaron Monk. Just on that point about White, though, I was doing some research recently about
133.
Phil Taylor's 2007, 2008, 2009 period. The only person to beat Phil in 2 finals in that period is Mark Walsh.
Very much the sort of Ian White model of player.
Correct.
Well, I would say that Ian White does, while he did not replicate his
93.
full form on the TV, still double figures number of major quarterfinals. Ooh, can he get it in there? Is he going to the 14s? I think he may look over to the left. Too far left.
84.
Ian White does not want to look at another visit after this. He wants it done.
Going safety first at the bullseye. How safe is it? Well, he should get a shot, and it looks an open target if he gets the single 19. Which he does. It'll shuffle over. Match start, Ian White.
69.
Couldn't find his way through.
That was a really good effort. Okay. Just go for the one below that then.
He might even cannon off into it. He might even cannon into Ian White if he goes any further back.
How about 3 of them?
I mean, it could happen. Because if he goes for the top portion of the double 16, thinking it might just bounce in off the other, he might squeeze one into the double 8 and have to hit another one.
$16.
But he cannot get it, and it's more match darts incoming for Ian White.
Getting over the line may have seemed quite easy in the past, but these days, every win is crucial.
Game
And that win
shot
for White
and the match.
will feel massive, because getting to Minehead and the Worlds is now more of a possibility. The cushion is better than it was this morning, and it could be even greater if he was to take out Durk van Dijvenbode in the next round. This is a man with a lot on his mind.
140.
But if he plays well today and tomorrow, he can fix not one situation, but maybe 4 or 5.
77.
And this is not alien to Mike either. He has been in this position before.
58.
If we may be honest about the way that Rob played in his previous match, he did beat Robbie John
81.
Rodriguez, but he didn't play that well. He only averaged 85. Double 9.
Game
And
shot.
Hoven could be dangerous in this game. Because when the amount of fight that he showed in that match, it was inspirational.
171.
He's showing the kind of form in this match that would trouble many a player.
60.
Cross looks flat. And if Hoven can pick up on that, he's going to be bolstered by the fact that he is not
54.
playing against an A-grade Rob Cross here this afternoon.
$134.
Double top for a break and the halfway point.
Game shot.
And he looks more likely to win this match than Rob at this point. So what does Cross do about that? The World Championship spots, Minehead and Tour Card spots are failing on the whole. You do tend to find
128.
in the last couple of Players' Championship events of the year that big names tend to succeed because there's less pressure on them.
180.
He's not back in the leg with the maximum, but he has got them all, as you can see. .72 left.
82.
And I think that's a sensible play. The last thing you want to do there is leave double six. At least with 52, you've got options.
59.
You can still leave primary doubles here, whether it's 16s or 18s.
Game shot.
Might not be a perfect dart, but it's in. Huge repercussions for Hoven if he doesn't win this game. Chris Lman. Oh,
120.
look at that samurai dart. Not touching the board. Like a samurai sword sitting on the shelf, isn't it? But he's left himself a finish that he will like, because it ends in double 18.
28.
Chris Lman is already in the board final, and that's the person who's chasing Hoven down. But he's not the only one, because Rob Cross is as well.
120.
Now you know this one's going to the wire.
$138.
Don't expect Cross to miss 36 with 3 darts.
Game shot.
Doesn't miss it with 1. Might just take a few steady visits to get this match won, even if you're Cross.
100.
Remember, a lot of these players, they're not just here for 2 days, they're here for 3. You have a Grand Slam qualifier on Friday.
95.
I assure you of one thing. 99.9% of the players who are still left in this tournament, they are not thinking about
44.
Friday. They're thinking about today and how they can affect their careers over the next few minutes, never mind days. Double 16 to take us all the way.
Game shot.
That's how you do it. Don't make a calculating error at this point.
96.
And he doesn't.
$60.
Both down to a 3-dart finish. Can it be ended? He's going to have to rely on another visit.
89.
It's not the worst visit in the world. It gets him into 2-dart territory. It's makeable. But all he can do right now is hope that he's coming back. Double top to bring the guillotine down on round 2 for Hoven.
100.
One person misses tops. Does the other person need that double to get valuable ranking money? He does need tops.
58.
Way short. It was never going to get there. It's darts like that that are missed that can send you out of tournaments.
Game shot and the match.
Rob Cross will not believe that he's won that match. He has not played anywhere near his best today. But sometimes you have to win ugly. He's not just done it in that game by 6 legs to 5. He's done it in the previous round as well. He will wonder how he's made it this far for quite a lot of people.
Barbara looking for a max.
140.
140 scored, so Menzies with the advantage on his own throw.
Just while we can say this,
140.
the 2 highest ranked players in the world currently not in the World Championship are Jose de Sousa and Steve Beaton. That'll make quite a few hearts around the darting world feel a little bit sour.
Well, max for Labra, but Menzies needs the bullseye. And
Game
the bullseye is hit. 3-0. Jacques Labra. We can't even buy the chance to get a finish at the moment. He might well scratch his chin as he comes up to the board, wondering what on earth he's got to do here. But
anybody would think he's the #1 seed for Minehead. Oh, that's right. He is at the minute.
Hang on. Perfection on the way.
180.
Quite possibly. We've already had 1 9-darter here today. We've got an opportunity now. Labra can do very little here. He'll be as interested as we are to see if Menzies is going to go 9 from 9.
If he wants to finish on the bull for a 9, he's got to go 51 first, then tops, then bull. Never mind. Look on the bright side, Cammy, you've still got a very healthy lead in this leg. And he has got the bull.
71, yeah.
Second time in a row.
109.
That'll work.
That's great. That's the second time in this match he's gone bull treble 13.
55.
It's for a 10-dart leg and a 4-0 lead.
Double 8 again.
16.
And more peril. At least Shaq has got a chance here. It's difficult.
Yeah, no impossible. Nowhere near the treble, sadly. So Menzies is
60.
playing some good stuff, but also getting a little bit of fortune that Labra's not been able to close him down. Double 8 then.
Game
Time
shot.
he gets it. And it is 4 legs to 0. And it's the 3rd time in this match that he's...
He might have the luxury of 9 darts from here.
$119.
A lot of method in that. Really nice switch.
Yeah, that was good last dart. An act of defiance from Jacques.
140.
Should have gone for the bullseye with the last dart.
Yeah,
25 leads 167.
Yeah, might be irrelevant anyway. Doesn't have to go the bull route, but if it's the treble, he needs
Game
double 8.
shot
And there you go.
the
For the
match.
5th time in the match, Menzies hits double 8. This time to win the match.
Working his way back into the top 16. There's been a lot of chatter over the last couple of days about
180.
Ross Smith going outside the top 20 and people moving up the order of merit because of Ross plummeting because of his defensive European Championship money from 2
55.
years ago. But Wade, back in the top 16, who knows what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Game shot.
Double tops he gets and wins the opening leg. That's an impressive start from Wade. Nice as it would be to be the world #1. You look at the players he's come up against: Phil Taylor, Michael Van Gerwen. He's played in eras when the greats have been great, and he's still managed to keep winning.
This is just another era he's got to navigate.
Yeah.
Gurney's been around the block a couple of times.
60.
And he's a multiple-time major champion as well. But he's won something that James hasn't. That's the Players' Championship Finals.
46.
But they've both won the Grand Prix.
He only needs a max here to level the wage score.
140.
140 might not be enough. Tops for another leg. Tops
Game
delivered.
shot.
2-0. His next match should go potentially level with Rob Cross.
94.
The Minehead race.
Just a reminder, the winner of this one takes on either Josh Rock or William O'Connor.
100.
And I can now tell you that is Willie O'Connor.
126.
He's through by 6 legs to 4. And it might be over.
130.
Even though he doesn't go for it, it feels as if this one is inevitable.
Yeah, I must admit, I wondered there if he might take that on. We saw Chris Dobie check it out earlier.
59.
Tops then for a 6-1 comprehensive win for James Wade. Well, 10. Well, scratching
30.
around at the end. He can't believe it. The one good thing he knows he'll be back for double 5.
Doesn't find himself on double 5 very often because he's too busy hitting tops and 10s.
57.
But he's had Daryl dizzy all game.
Game shot.
Gets there
and the
eventually,
match.
James Wade. Multiple darts to win it in the end, but it's a comfortable win for the machine. He brushes aside the Northern Irishman.
180.
From Menzies, who's stolen the darts. That's his second max of the game so far. Iski was looking to weigh in with one of his own. He's just pondering there.
99.
At least this time Ratajski's left to finish. Last time he was in this range, he had
56.
169.
Shots on. Just a fraction short of the target. Ooh,
79.
on the floor, so Menzies will be feeling a little bit better about this 68 now. Feeling even better now, double 4. And the break
Game shot.
back comes instantly. So Menzies held his cool and levels it up at 2-2.
This is good from Ratajski, starting to knit it together.
180.
An ominous sign for Menzies. He might see a deficit of 2 legs in a second.
100.
Well, if Cam does get beat here, he'll be blaming his finishing because he's had chances to win multiple legs that he hasn't taken. Treble 17, the target. Nowhere near. He knows he'll be back, though. Well, that's a good last
79.
start. Really good last start.
$75.
Stretch the lead to 2.
Game
He's
shot.
getting sharper as the game goes on. And that kind of burst is what Menzies really needs to stay competitive in this one.
65.
Well, he's left to finish, but the trouble is Ratajski may well leave a smaller one. He will now, surely. Squeeze another one in the red bit. Yes, he can. Great last start.
140.
Pressure piling on Cameron Menzies.
$43.
You don't often get a reaction from Christoph, but if he stretches his lead to 5-2 here, he might show us a little something. No bullseye
49.
there for the pole.
Oh, that was wayward. Menzies then only needs one treble. That treble will be treble 19, and there it is. So, tops needed,
Game
and that
shot.
is an absolute delight for Cameron Menzies.
He's probably feeling very similar to that right now because he hasn't won this season yet.
Not yet,
But he's putting himself in with a good shout here. Oh, that's a great visit.
180.
Really good visit from Ratajski.
He's got Menzies reeling.
134.
Where it's due. That's a good visit. 61 then. Double 18. The move
Game
within
shot.
one. Clinical from the Polish Eagle. And Menzies now throwing to stay in the tournament. Ratajski with the throw. Menzies trying to take it to a decider. Good visit. 2 treble
137.
visits worth their weight in gold at the moment.
Menzies' job now is to stop Christoph from getting a match dart.
99.
If he can do that, he will win.
Ton here. Well, more than that. More than that.
140.
Big opportunity now. We'll get a look at the 1-2-4.
Must switch.
91.
It's a really good one. Cammy's job is to stop Ratajski from getting a shot. Double 11.
113.
Now he can't stop him from winning the game.
Well, he can't, but Ratajski's not guaranteed a shot here. Needs a treble. Can he adjust? No, he can't. Menzies needed Ratajski to miss. Ratajski has missed. Menzies will come back to tidy up 11.
41.
And take us to a deciding leg in which he would have the throw. Hit the single 3, does that. 2 darts at double 4.
Game
No
shot.
problem for Menzies. We go to a deciding leg.
He steadied the ship. Scoring-wise, over the last couple of legs, he has been the best player.
Back comes Ratajski. Oh, we talk about courage.
180.
There you go, a third max. Brings him back within 3 points. What a game this has been.
There's another one of those darts
131.
from the angle. An amazing 60 there from Cameron. This has got to be crafty. He's not going to leave a finish.
96.
That's bad counting, bad tactics from Ratajski, and that might cost him this victory.
Menzies, well, he'd bull for the match, but he doesn't need it. It's all about the
98.
layup play here. Ratajski left himself on a bogey finish. And now, inevitably, the first one goes straight in the big treble. And the second one,
136.
well, he's left it handy. But Menzies for the match. Double 16.
Game shot
and
and
in a
the
game
match.
that maybe in years gone by, Cameron Menzies wouldn't have won. He's come from 5-3 down. Near flawless performance in the last 3 legs to turn it around, and Menzies wins. Another maximum
180.
for Smith, second of the leg at Nopper. We'll get a look at 167. Would have been to hold throw, so Smith is going to get a look at a potential 11 dart leg.
95.
Treble 19, double 12. There's the treble. And there's
Game
the
shot.
double. A break of throw in 12 darts. Very loose dart from Michael Smith there. Gives himself a talking to.
80.
Leaves himself on a finish. The big fish.
$55.
Only 55 for Nopper, who's struggling here badly. Well, the big fish is on. If he wants to go for it, he does go for it, and he misses the ball.
145.
He's that far in front, he thought it worth the risk. Now Nopper. I want to hit him with a max here just to cause a bit of angst.
180.
And a max delivered by Nopper. There's the 9 for double A.
Game
Double 8
shot.
is hit. So Michael Smith goes into a 3-0 lead here early on.
180.
Another max for the bully boy. Third of the match for him, 4th in total.
45. 92.
That could have been worse, that last start. But here is a mile away. Even a max, he's not going to be on a finish.
140.
Is it the treble 19 again? Now he needs double
Game
16.
shot.
Clinical, 11 dart leg to add to an earlier 12 dart leg.
$96.
260 then, 6 at it. Great first dart. Can't follow it in. Got to stay straight here. Oh, that's a great adjusted last dart. On the Shanghai on the 20s. Noppert. Another one of those. Nice, nicely done. Still in it. Smith then first in at 120. Got to hit a treble. Doesn't get one. Oh, and a poor last start. So Noppert here. 116. 19's a target. 4 of them. Yes. Single. Leaves tops. Single hit. Tops for the breaker throw. Brilliant from Danny Noppert. Absolutely brilliant. Back-to-back legs.
$140.
Smith down to 265. Noppert on his own throw on 341. He needs a treble, a big one. And he
96.
gets one. But that's only to keep him 20 in front. Smith at the board again, looking at 19s. Single will leave the big fish.
95.
He'll get a look at the big fish to win it. But should be on a finish.
140.
Down to 105. This to win it then, in style for Bully Boy.
140.
Leaves double 15. Will he be back for it? Can Noppert tidy up 105 to add to his earlier 116? Well, that's not the worst outcome. 90 points required. He too is going to leave double 15 to take us to a decider. And he's got it. What a shot from Danny Noppert. But when he needed a big treble,
59.
Truth be told, was nowhere near it. Smith now, all about the setup. Trying for the ball.
145.
Leaves 65, for which he'll be back.
$100.
Right, this is it. 65 for the match. And a place in the semi-finals. He's hit the ball. Oh, just hit big 7, double 4.
57.
Why is it? Nearly busted his score there, but he's missed a match start. 142. Not going to go. So Smith breathes a sigh of relief. Noppert will leave tops just in case. But Michael Smith for a place in the semi-finals. Needs double 4. 1 dart left. Oh, no, he's missed 4 match darts. And he cannot believe it. Danny Noppert needs tops to steal it. And steal it he will. Michael Smith missed multiple darts. A handshake for the official and his opponent. But Danny Noppert, who reached the semi-finals at the European Championship last weekend, is back into the semi-finals here.
They're the rivals to these two.
Even Bunting could potentially be the #1 seed at Minehead without winning one of the events. That's how good he's been. He's got to stay away from that dart. He does.
139.
The Lman is down to a finish, but Bunting's going to get a look at 164.
It's a fleeting look, if that.
83.
62 can be awkward. 16 for tops. Okay, gets the treble for double 4. He didn't want it. You can tell by the reaction.
8 left.
Didn't even know what it left.
58.
Well, that could be crucial. It's completely flummoxed him, didn't it, that? And Bunting here for a steal, 81. 2 darts at double 12 for a steal. And
Game
Bunting
shot.
steps in. Lman shakes his head. That all went wrong from the moment he hit big 6 with that first dart, and Bunting steps in to lead 1-0. Lman will be disappointed with that visit. That was a loose scoring visit when he had Bunting on the back foot somewhat.
$85.
It's a disappointing deflection. Lman's got 6 from here. The draw level in the semi-final. Good last start.
97.
Gives him a squeak at 1-2-2. Bunting's got to make inroads here.
$100.
Playing on the 18s. Needs a treble. Can't find it.
54.
Can't get it last start either. So Stephen Bunting, just to maintain the break advantage he had from the very first leg of the match. Lovely dart, leaves double 12. Over for double 6.
Game
And
shot.
finds it. Right in line with his body there over at double 6 and double 10. Stephen Bunting stood away over on the right-hand side of the oche.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you play these elite players. You often get one go at it.
100.
Bunting has ridden out a bit of a rough start to this game. And here now, you'd say his favourite to go 5-2 in front because
100.
Lman is on the back foot here.
Yeah, a chance to really put himself in charge. Does he go double-double this time? No, he doesn't. And he can't get the treble.
54.
So he will leave himself darts at tops. But Lman, who missed a dart for the 136 in the previous leg, this is easier. Double top. It's another one on the
65.
wire. Chris Lman is just the wrong side of wires over and over again. He's shaking his head because he cannot believe it.
Getting closer. Is that friend or foe? It is a friend. And Bunting leads by 5 legs to 2. You'd have offered him it at the start. He would have taken it without hesitation. But perception at the start of the day would say, oh, that's a great day. He's going to go home from here back to the hotel thinking,
140.
I should have won that game. I should be in the final right now. Not done yet. But I think he's starting to lose hope.
81.
Well, Stephen Bunting probably deserves a huge slice of luck, having been beaten in 5 different finals this year in the Players' Championship Series. He is going to book his place in a 6th, where Cameron Menzies awaits.
60.
Stephen Bunting then, for a 6 Players' Championship final of the season, is looking at 2 12s right on the wire.
Game
The second
shot
dart is
and the
in.
match.
Wasn't to be for Chris Lman in the semi-final, who missed multiple darts and really should have been nearer at the end. But Bunting stuck to his game plan and sees it out.